$20. Limit of 2 while supplies last. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Empower a child today with the TeamMates mentoring program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the TeamMates mentoring program today.
Ready to spruce up your space? No matter what project is on your list, you can check it off at the Nebraska Builders Home and Garden Show, February 7th through the 9th at the Sandhills Global Events Center. With over 200 businesses under one roof, you'll find the latest in home innovations and experts to handle your dream projects. Admission is just $10, and children 12 and under are free. For more information, visit the Home and Garden Show online at hbal.org. Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Coming at you live from the 93.7 The Ticket studio, from the heart of Lincoln, America. Expanding awareness about the TeamMates program and the ever-growing need for mentors. This is TeamMates Timeout with TeamMates CEO Des Moines Adams and Marketing and Communications Manager Ashton Honor.
You are live with TeamMates Timeout with Demo and Ash on 93.7 The Ticket. You can also watch us live on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. But for those of you that are stuck in traffic right now, it's a nice time out to continue to know why mentoring matters. My name is Des Moines. I go by Demo. And what do you know? We have, Ashton Honor back in the house. I can finally be able to say Demo and Ash again. Ash, what's up?
Happy to be back.
Yes.
Last week. Let's talk about last week.
So as I share with everyone, Ashton and other staff were representing TeamMates Mentor on a national level. She was out in D.C. Every year. There's a national conference where thousands of mentoring organizations come from across the nation, even some from other countries, just to focus on this movement called mentoring. What did you learn? Like, how was it out there?
It was absolutely incredible. And so I got to interact with, network with representatives from almost all of our states that we're involved in, specifically Iowa and Kansas through the mentor groups. And then we were partnered with Mentor Nebraska as well, participated in Capitol Hill Day, talking to our respected state representatives about the importance of mentoring, the mentoring bills, and just the importance of having that support. Because again, we need not only just for funding purposes, but just the mentoring awareness and just how positive it is for kids throughout all of the United States, not just in our 5 states. But just the opportunity to meet with all of those different states and collaborate on different ideas. But then also, Demo, it made me realize how fortunate we are in Nebraska, and then what Coach Osborne and Nancy have established these last 34 years. Because I'm going to tell you what, after experiencing that last week, it only made me realize that we are one of the top dogs in the nation. And we are the largest school-based mentoring program in the country. And then we are the second largest mentoring program behind Big Brothers Big Sisters. So we are one of those top dogs. So it was so incredible just to, again, network and just kind of like you and I talked about this today and what I learned at various sessions. And I'm sitting there like, oh, yep, we do that. So like just stand back, watch us do our thing. But it was incredible. And it was how great to have a lot of our staff out there so they could learn and network as well. But shout out to our friend Tony at Mentor Iowa, which Demo told me, he's like, you're going to love her. And I adored her, and hopefully have her on as a guest.
That's awesome. You know, to get that experience, to see the bigger picture of mentoring. Yes. I've presented at the National Mentor Conference 5 times. So has Suzanne Osborne Henson, a few other staff. So I'm pretty sure you're going to do that as well, because to be able to just be a part of this movement. Last month was National Mentoring Month, which was all about just celebrating the power of relationships, creating an awareness of the importance of mentoring and expanding that mentoring movement. And to see that movement from other perspectives, I'm glad that you got that perspective because at the end of the day, we all have to work together. Teammates mentoring, we can't just do it by ourselves, but it's nice to be able to recognize the other mentoring organizations, the other movements, because our students need more positive, caring adults in their life. They need role models, which transitions to our special guest because, talking about the national level, we have Miss Nebraska, Raechel Warren in the house. She just got done representing Miss Nebraska at the Miss America pageant. So, looking forward to just hearing about that experience and just we want the world to know all about what you're doing to use your role as a positive role model. So welcome, Miss Nebraska.
Well, thank you, Des Moines. Thank you, Ashton. It's an honor to be in the Ticket studio. I've watched this for a long time, so it's pretty special to be here. But yeah, shout out to Ashton. I actually partner with Mentor Nebraska as well as Teammates. And so it was really cool to see someone I actually know along with the Mentor Nebraska team to go to our capital and advocate for our youth. I mean, like you said, that's such a big event. And during January, it's really special to be able to shed light in a way that now the whole country's focused on. It's National Mentoring Month. And that week before you left, we actually also got to go to the Capitol and stand with Governor Pillen as he signed a proclamation declaring January Nebraska National Mentoring Month. And it was very special because I didn't know I was going to get to shake the hands of so many mentors that are mentoring through our state right now. And that was really special because you could tell some of those people were shy. They did not want to be singled out, but they've been mentoring for a very long time. And to be able to help honor them in that way, that was really neat.
That was awesome to have you a part of that experience because like Demo mentioned, not only are you a huge advocate for Teammates, but also Mentor Nebraska. So to your point, Demo, of how important it is for all of our mentoring organizations to work together and collaborate, because at the end of the day, we're here to support those kids and make sure that they reach their full potential through mentoring. So that was so great, Raechel, to have you and your platform, which we're going to talk more about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just everything you stand for and represent. So we're so excited to have you.
Thank you. Yeah, let's get started. What do you want to know?
Well, let the world know, as Miss Nebraska, every Miss Nebraska has a platform that stands for something. What does your platform stand for?
So my platform is called Passion to Purpose. It's all about youth mentorship, as we've been discussing, but it all stemmed from my journey through life and understanding that I wouldn't be here where I am today without mentors, the mentors that had come through my life. And it happened after a collegiate soccer injury. I remember I always tell this story, but it was just so vivid. I was laying in my dorm room. I had this really cute purple cast. My leg was elevated, but I really was kind of helpless. I had to rely on my roommate for a lot of things. And in that moment, I didn't know what life would look like because my whole world had kind of revolved around sports. I was a soccer player. I was a roller skater. I did everything. And so it was kind of a scary time, but it was because I had these mentors, these people that had been in my life from such a young age that said, Raechel, you have learned all these things through sports, through skating, but you can use them off the pitch and off the skating floor. And so that's when I realized when I transferred schools, that, okay, I could still utilize my love of sports. I could utilize my love of skating or whatever it was and share that with young people that may also be, going through something like that. And that's what started Passion to Purpose almost 10 years ago. And so to be able to use that and share that through the Miss America organization for almost the last 10 years has been really special. And I've learned so much. I've been able to partner with great organizations, but I've also been able to reach a lot of youth and share with them, that you are unique. We each have unique strengths, gifts, and talents, and you have a purpose here. And sometimes it just takes that extra special person to help you figure out what that purpose is.
Wow.
She's kind of a big deal.
Yes, she is. Yes,
Thanks,
you
Ashton.
are. And, for you to use your big deal platform at Miss America, you wore our Teammates t-shirt.
Literally. Yes, I did.
I mean, that was huge. And, our theme for January, and even as we now celebrate Nebraska Mentor Month, you let the whole country, the whole world know that mentor matters. And to have that Teammates mentoring shirt, why does mentor matter?
It matters because I always say that you never know what one moment could change someone's life. And I truly believe that that's where mentorship starts. With teammates, right? You have that first initial meeting to meet your match. And I've heard multiple people say, young, old mentees alike, say that meeting's always a little intimidating because each of you are kind of like, what am I getting myself into? But because you showed up, because you were consistent and you continue to show up, that moment probably changed that kid's life just by you being there. And so being a part of the Miss America organization, which is one of the largest women's empowerment organizations in the country, we are the perfect mentors because we're out there showing, not only being role models and, young girls look up to us as princesses, but we're also showing that you can make a difference just by taking that step or by being consistent, by showing up. And that's my message to these kids every day. And so to wear teammates across my chest and have your support while being on the national stage and being able to share that exact story in my onstage question, that was really special. And regardless of walking away with the crown, I got to share that to the whole world. And that was pretty neat.
Did you have any other fellow Miss America participants ask you, like, what's teammates?
I was kind of expecting, especially because we have this really big QR code on the back of our shirts. But I had quite a few people comment online. Everyone was pretty focused during the day, but online, I had a lot of people that thought that was really neat. It was really cool. And, I know Des Moines, you even thought it was cool that I was allowed to wear that. And I agree. Like we get to share our own personal style. It's one of the 4 points of the crown. So that was one of the points of my, my style that week was to showcase my mentoring, advocacy, and my partnership.
Well, that's so awesome. When we saw your video come through, especially the marketing team was like, oh my gosh. And because we know your schedule down at Miss America is so intense. And so the fact that you took time to do that, please know how much we really appreciate that.
It was really fun. It did take a few takes. I'm not going to lie. Me and Jody Holland, shout out to Jody. She helped me. We took it a few times, but it was really fun.
Now, Raechel, one thing that people may not know about you is you also work a full-time job.
Yes.
You have a full-time job. You are Miss Nebraska, and yet you still find time to mentor and promote mentoring. Like, how do you do all of this?
It's all about balance. I will say, I think that with age comes a little bit of extra wisdom. So being able to have done this, be a title holder for a little while, and now be able to step into the role of Miss Nebraska, it's really shown me and helped me realize my priorities and how to make sure I manage my time. But this is a job that I really wanted. And so I knew that when I stepped into this role, that things were going to have to shift. And my employer is super, super flexible with me. And they're so gracious and they're very supportive. But with the mentoring piece, that was already something I was doing. So I often, and one thing I really like to tell future delegates is, it's just like saying dress for the job you want, not the job you have. You're already Miss Nebraska, be her now. You don't need to wait till that crown is placed on your head. You're going to just get the crown that was already ready for you.
Right.
So I was doing the things that I was already planning on doing. My schedule's just gotten like a little bit busier. But I do have a mentee. I volunteer at the program called Teen Reach Adventure Camp. So it's through local church organizations, but she's in foster care and I actually get to see her tomorrow.
Yay.
First time since getting back from Miss America. So I'm excited. She grows like a weed. So I'm excited to see her. But it's special to be able to advocate for mentoring while I'm also actively a mentor, and to be able to learn and then kind of transfer that back and forth has been really unique and special this year.
So that's phenomenal. And also for those who don't know, how long do you serve as Miss Nebraska?
1 full year. So 365 days. So it's been really great because I'm crowned in June and then we had 6 months until Miss America. So I was able to get ready and serve. And now I have 6 more months left as Miss Nebraska, which is super special. And my board and directors are like, okay, what do you want to do? How can you continue making an impact these next 6 months, which has been great. So
you mentioned, working with your employer to get them to understand the importance of mentoring.
Yes.
We always hear from a lot of people. I love looking at the camera.
He does.
You people, that they say they don't have the time. So for those that are listening, and here you are, Miss Nebraska, your role is to serve the entire state by representing to young people and to older people what it means to be a role model. What would you say to those people when they make up the excuse that they don't have the time?
This is always one of the most common things that we hear. We heard, some of this discussed at the proclamation signing. And the best thing about TeamMates, I will just do a plug for TeamMates specifically, is it's once a week and it's usually for 30 to 45 minutes. And what's really special about that is that kid looks forward to that time, but you aren't obligated beyond that week or beyond that time space. And that has been really great for adults that maybe don't have a ton of extra time in their schedule, but they can take that time to go serve and go spend time with that young person. But I think the biggest thing is communication. I think employers nowadays seem to be jumping more on board with understanding the importance of civic engagement and volunteering. And it's really hard to argue with, how you can impact a young person's life and the importance of that. So I know I'm young and I haven't been in the business world long, but I say communication is key. Every time I've been vocal or communicated and just asked, you never know what the answer is going to be. But again, you don't get an answer if you don't ask. So ask. And if that's your biggest hesitation, just try it out. And I also say too, Des Moines, we also hear future mentors say they don't know if they can be a mentor. They don't know if they have a story worth sharing or if there's something that they are worthy of being a mentor for, but we all have a story. We all have something we can share. And, I didn't think my injury was a big enough deal to share because lots of people go through sports injuries, but it has been a really big connector for me. And I'm really glad that I chose to share that. So share your story and take that time because that little bit of time could really make a difference in a young person's life.
And I love that you said that because I told Demo this day, I got to meet with my mentee today and she told me today, she's like, we shot baskets today, which was super fun. And she's like, I have something for you, but it's up in my classroom. I'm like, okay. So we went up to her class and that was also super fun just to what is it like to be a fifth grader these days? And she hands me this note and she's like, this is a thank you for National Mentoring Month. And I'm like, well, melt my heart. But to your point, you just based on all of your experiences and what you experience and your knowledge, you have something to contribute to these kids because it was evident in her note, she so values that time that we get to spend together every week and playing games and just having someone for her to listen to what's going on in her life. And so it makes my heart happy because I'm like, okay, we're doing something right.
You're doing a good thing. And Des Moines, you always say a catchphrase that I feel like I've kind of taken, but I want to give you full credit where you say, not every student needs a mentor. They deserve a mentor. And I think that's so true. Yes, a young person, I think having a mentor is a very positive thing, but everyone deserves it. And I think that, if you can just take that extra time in whatever capacity that looks like, whether it's TeamMates, another school-based mentoring program, some after-school, whatever that looks like to you, do that. Whether it's coaching too, those are the biggest mentors in my life. Those moments and those pieces of encouragement can really change a child's trajectory.
Absolutely.
Which is a good reminder. We want everyone to go follow us, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. We are selling Mentor Matters books that was wrote by co-founder Tom Osborne 10 years ago. What an incredible way to just for people to understand his legacy off the field.
And still prevalent.
Yes.
All those words are still prevalent to this very day.
And so you can check that out and go to the link and purchase the Mentor Matters book. But also, I'm a quote guy.
Yes, you are.
And we also have T-shirts that say Mentor Matters because students matter. And so we definitely want more people to just recognize just the impact that mentoring has been making. 34 years for TeamMates mentoring. But you talked about the mentors in your life. Ash, you've always talked about the mentors that are in your life. We would not be here today if it wasn't for those individuals who served as role models. And so, Raechel, when I think of Miss Nebraska, I think of this ultimate role model. And for someone to be a mentor, whether they like it or not, they are a role model. But help everyone, I guess, remove that anxiety. What does it mean to be a role model?
I think that term could have different meanings for different people. But for me in this position as Miss Nebraska, right, with great power comes great responsibility. And this crown definitely puts more eyes on you. It puts little eyes on you and big people's eyes on you. And I think to me, it means that I'm an upstanding citizen. That means that I'm doing the right thing when no one's looking and when people are looking, and that I'm kind and encouraging, that everything that comes out of my mouth is with grace and with kindness and encouragement. And I can be pretty tough. I mean, I was a soccer player, but I think mentoring and being in this position has taught me to kind of show that softer side of myself a little bit and to get, closer with a young person than maybe I would if we were just playing on the soccer field. I don't know how to totally articulate that, but I think, when you are kind and encouraging, and everything that you're doing is from a good, positive perspective. That's what being a role model is, because as we know, kids are there's so much out there. There's so much they could be watching. There's so many things not great that they could be doing. And so the little things that they can see you do that encourage them that, oh, I could do that too, or, oh, that was good, whatever that may be. I think, again, it's those little moments, and that's what being a role model means to me.
And Ash, you do a great job of reminding everyone about our core values. So what I'm hearing is when someone becomes a mentor, we are simply asking them to use their role to model our core values of commitment to students, safety, integrity and trust, inclusion, and strengths-based.
Yep.
And when we can have a positive, caring adults to go to our application, teammates.org, you go through a background check, you get screened, you get trained, and then we get you matched. And Ash, would love for you to share with everyone just a glimpse, because we want people to get to know us by going to our website, but the national elements of effective practice. We have standards, and those standards allow us to do what we know works, and it has worked for the last 34 years. How many people were excited about just having standards that will help them succeed in mentoring students when you were out at DC?
Oh, without a doubt, everybody.
Yeah.
Because it holds you accountable. And again, we hold, similar to the Crown, we hold ourselves to a high standard. And when you become a Teammates mentor, we have expectations that come with that. Again, we are a brand. You are Raechel as Miss America is a brand. Demo, you're a brand. All your public speaking engagements and everything that you stand for, not only as a CEO, but again, to your point of, providing up those opportunities for kids. I am my own personal brand as well. And with that, we protect that brand. And again, it just takes one person to do one wrong thing, and it can deteriorate the brand very quickly. And so having those elements of effective practice in place holds us not only as an organization to high standards, but also all of our mentors and our mentees, because safety is not just for those mentees being school-based, it's for the mentors as well. So everybody, and the Mentor National just launched the 5th edition of this elements of effective practice. So Demo, I know we discussed today, like our staff is going to be going through that as well. But again, us as a staff, it's important that we are in tune with what all these elements are and what the updates are. So we then can communicate those to our mentors as well.
And there's some great things, if I can plug that website, the Mentor National website. I mean, if you're a mentor and you're a new mentor, especially, there's some great information on there. Even if you're just, I went and read it a few months ago because I was really curious. Like I mentioned, my mentee is in the foster care system, and I was really curious about a couple things and just the way it's worded, and it has all these sections, and it's really easy and tangible to digest. So if you have questions, or again, you're on the fence, go and utilize those resources. Most of them are free to the public. Mentor also offers free trainings, and it's a great way to kind of equip yourself to be a good mentor, but to also be prepared to listen and engage well with your mentee. Maybe it gives you some new ideas if you're feeling a little lost on what to do next with your mentee. But yeah, it's really helpful and holds you accountable, but also teaches you and makes you feel prepared to be a good mentor.
Exactly.
Yeah. Practice makes perfect. And when we have best practices that help all of our 9,000 plus mentors to use their role to model our core values, that is why no students over the last 34 years have indicated being harmed by an adult. Because we're school-based, we're unique, we know who we are, and we're going to continue to honor what Nancy and Tom Osborne started 34 years ago. You're alive with Teammates Timeout with Demo and Ash. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 5.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through February 11th is $2 off burgers, limit of 2, 20% off sauces and spices, and 5 pounds of 75/25 ground beef for $20, limit of 2 while supplies last. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100 and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and we wanted to give a special shout out to all of our great customers, thanking you all for a record-setting year in 2024. Now let's get the new year rolling with some big savings. Right now at Cobble, we have some of the biggest discounts in the area with over $12,000 off list price or 0% APR on select new models. So stop on in the dealership or hit us up online at cobblecars.com to get true low country overhead in action. $12,000 off list or 0% APR right now at Cobble. So please stop on in or visit us at cobblecars.com. You'll be glad you did.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
February is American Heart Month, the perfect time to focus on your health. Even a small change can make a big impact on your heart health. Try adding a vegetable to your dinner or a no-salt seasoning. Looking for support in making these small changes? Join a healthy living program to learn about healthy lifestyle changes with a supportive and encouraging group. Search Chronic Disease Nebraska for more information. Paid for by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
Ready to spruce up your space? No matter what project is on your list, you can check it off at the Nebraska Builders Home and Garden Show, February 7th through the 9th at the Sandhills Global Event Center. With over 200 businesses under one roof, you'll find the latest in home innovations and experts to handle your dream projects. Admission is just $10, and children 12 and under are free. For more information, visit the Home and Garden Show online at hbal.org.
Back to Teammates Timeout with Demo and Ash on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Teammates Timeout with Demo and Ash. We got Ash back in the house. Every other week she's going, eating ceviche and shrimp. She was out in D.C., just hanging out with the important people. But glad to have her back in the house. We also have special guests, Miss Nebraska Raechel Warren in the house. And we're simply focused on the topic role model. What it means to be a role model. And we feel that those that go to teammates.org, become a mentor, or for those that are watching, you are role models because you are simply modeling what it means to be positive. You are modeling encouragement, hope. And we all know that hope leads to engagement, but most importantly, well-being.
I love that quote. I love when you say that at your speeches because it's so true. I just had to say that.
And you do a lot of speakings as well, because, and I know Ash is probably going to get to this because we were laughing earlier, but one of the ways that you use your platform is you go out to our teammates chapters and you talk to our young people, you talk to the community, you help others to become mentors, you talk to our mentors. What has it been like, just using your role to just help support our teammates' mentoring efforts?
So one of the most impactful, well, everyone is impactful, but I have to say the one event, this was a few months ago before I left for Miss America, and there was a lot of chapters there. We had some big brothers, big sisters there, and I got to speak to this whole room full of people, and some that were being honored for like being matched for years. And it was really special to hear their story and then to be able to get up there and just share my story. But I kind of pivoted what I was going to talk about because I was just so inspired by what I heard from them. And this one match had been together for a long time, and you watched him get married and have a child, and like they were still in each other's life. It was so special. And so to be able to share my message and just be an encourager for these people that have been mentors and poured into young people their whole life, but who also may be new mentors and new matches. That I think is the most special part of my job, because we all need a cheerleader. We're on a team. We need someone cheering us on. And so to be able to be that for either the young person, the mentee, or the mentor, that's really special.
Is there a certain chapter? Again, we're serving over 150 Nebraska chapters, so I hate to put you on the spot, but with you living in Millard, Omaha, what's the farthest you have driven because a teammates chapter wanted you to be there?
The furthest that I've driven for a teammates chapter. Well, this was a program that had all the partners. So all the different partnerships that we work with under Mentor. But I was in North Platte with Community Connections.
Okay, yes.
And so I got to do their doggy dash, and that was really fun. I guess I got to pet a lot of dogs, but I got to support and see all those young kids and those people as well that have been involved in that small community mentoring program, which they continue to grow. And so I believe I'm going to be heading to Scotts Bluff at some point as well. So that's been my favorite part, just being Miss Nebraska, is being able to travel our state. But Des Moines, you've also traveled quite a bit, like on runs a day. I loved following your car around and seeing how many runs as he hit to fundraise for teammates mentoring. So it's special.
And you participated in runs a day too.
Yes, I hit 8 runs as that day, all in the Omaha Metro, but I think I crossed into Bennington at some point. But yes, 8 runs that day.
So Demo, this is where we're going to give you a little grief here. So Demo, I don't know if you know this, was a judge for Miss Nebraska.
Yes, I heard about this a few weeks ago.
Back in 2016. And that's how Teammates originally partnered with Miss Nebraska.
Okay.
Was all thanks to Demo being a judge.
Well, thanks, Demo. That's great. Did you like being a judge?
I did. That's when I realized, because, everyone has their misperceptions about Miss Nebraska. I was there for a whole week.
You saw it all.
And it was intense. and to just really behind the scenes to learn that being Miss Nebraska is more than just those misperceptions of the smile and the wave and stuff.
Oh, look at the wave, by the way.
But, being able to answer questions in a very elegant way, the way that you carry yourself, being aware of kind of relevant topics that impact societies, community, people, families. It really opened up my eyes to just to have more of this appreciation for the process.
I love
because it's more than just, young women just walking, but they all had a certain talent. They were all receiving scholarships, so that they can further their education. But most importantly, they all had a meaningful platform. They wanted to make a difference in the world.
Yeah, it's so special.
And so since then, every Miss Nebraska, has used their role to help us to promote mentoring. COVID hit. We had a little break. But here we are, and we just appreciate everything that you're doing. And we know that you're going to whisper in the new Miss Nebraska.
Yes, already have been. Don't worry.
So, this partnership has been going on for almost 10 years. I guess for those that are listening, and I kind of wanted everyone to know that there are misperceptions. Can you let everyone know what exactly do you do
Okay.
as Miss Nebraska?
Ooh, good question. So every day is different, but Miss Nebraska, it's a job. This job comes with, like we said, a lot of responsibility, but there's a few things. I mean, I actually just gave a presentation to our next delegate class, and I kind of broke down appearances, as you will, into a few categories. So I do all things going to school, speaking to young people, sharing about TeamMates, sharing my personal platform. Sometimes I'm even on my roller skates. I do what I call civic or community appearances, where sometimes you're in a parade or you're at a fair or a community event, but those can honestly be the most impactful too, because you have a little girl come up to you who you thinks you're the coolest, prettiest princess she's ever seen, and that means more to me just as much as it does to that girl. I get to speak at corporate events. I get to not only, speak about mentorship and what I'm advocating for, but I get to encourage them to help with our fundraising for scholarship dollars, encourage them that this program, like you said, may have misperceptions, but it's the largest scholarship provider for young women.
Wow.
I get to help young women recognize that they have a voice. And like we shared earlier, you have a unique purpose. And without Miss America, I wouldn't be sitting at this microphone today. It taught me how to be a confident young woman. It taught me how to use my voice. And I am immensely grateful for that. I also get to do some really, really neat events. You are a celebrity, which is really special. So Demo, we got to do a pretty amazing event with TeamMates at the governor's mansion. I got to go to my first Husker football game, which was awesome. As a big sports fan, that
With
was
a
really
jersey
cool.
on.
With a
And
jersey
on the field.
and on the field.
And what did it have on the back of the jersey?
TeamMates 24. It was really, really cool. I also got to be in the tunnel that afternoon. I don't know if you heard about that, but I got to be there for the tunnel walk. So Miss Nebraska is all encompassing, but my favorite part is just that, we get to be an impactful person in the community, and I literally get to be a role model every day. And so whether that's driving up the interstate, from one appearance to the next, every day is different, but it allows me to advocate and represent and, bring light to Nebraska and just advocate for things that mean a lot to me.
So I have to tell you a funny story. So Rachel was at our TeamMates celebration back in November,
Yes.
and our MC was Melissa Peterman, who, if you don't know who she is, she's on
She's
Reba.
great.
And you know how you and Demo, she and Demo were doing pictures after the event. And then
So fun.
you came up to me, and then you were with Miss Iowa
Yes.
as well. And you're like, can we get a picture with her? And I heard her say, oh my God.
Yeah.
She's like, the crowns are here. And then she scooted them right in.
That was so fun. Yeah. So you never know who you're going to meet.
Yeah.
And that's why it's important, you're representing your brand, your
Right.
personal brand, TeamMates, Miss Nebraska. And it's taught me so much about how to advocate for my personal brand, but also how to help other young women do that too. We have a lot of new gals in this class, and to be able to pass on my knowledge and experience to them, that I kept telling them, this is so special to me. This is what I do this for. So I'm excited to see who wears this crown next and who gets to be your partner next year.
And partnerships matter.
Mm-hmm.
And, even though teammates mentoring, we do believe that we're a big deal.
You are.
But yet we're still hungry.
Right.
Like, we're serving almost 10,000 students. We know that there are thousands of students out there that want to mentor. So we need thousands of mentors. And so that's why we're asking you people, join the team, be a mentor, head on over to teammates.org right now. And out of all of the platforms that Miss Nebraska gets to choose to represent, you chose mentor. And as I'm encouraging people to go to our social media pages to find the Mentor Matters link so you can get that book, tell us, why does mentoring matter again?
Well, before I hit that, I just want to say, I could have chosen a lot of things to advocate for. And I have to tell you, when I was developing Passion to Purpose, it was really hard because I do a lot of different things. And for a few years, I kind of struggled. I was like, well, it's not just mentorship. It's more than that. It's encouraging students to find what makes them tick, what their purpose is. But it all did boil down to mentoring. And I didn't really realize that until the last couple of years, that it wasn't just a mentoring platform, but it was all the things that happen because someone mentors you. So mentoring matters because that one piece of encouraging word, that encouraging, go get them, go try this thing, or someone being willing to take you under their wing and teach you how to do something, whatever form mentorship takes, it matters because it helps someone take the next step in their life, or it helps them to do something maybe they didn't think they would do. I mean, I didn't ever think that after I was done being a collegiate athlete that I would then work in an athletic office. And now I do live stats for Creighton and UNO, but I wouldn't have gotten to do that if I wouldn't have taken my curiosity and been encouraged to try something new with my sports, my love of sports. So like, you just never know what spark you're going to spark in a young person.
Ash, when you hear her like give me a different perspective of mentoring, because I think sometimes just the term mentoring, like I feel like we have to continue to define it and kind of break down the layers to, you know, help the anxiety or whatnot. But from a marketing perspective, you know, what did you hear from just her way of describing why she chose mentoring? She didn't really know that it was mentoring, but yet it's about the encouragement. It's about lifting someone up. It's about identifying those unique gifts and talents. But from a marketing perspective,
all I could think about was how fortunate we are to have you as a representative of the brand. And I constantly say the brand, the brand, the brand. What does that mean? We are the brand. TeamMates Mentoring is a brand. I always tell Demo, like, we as staff members are walking billboards.
Oh, yeah.
Everywhere we go. Yes, as we're wearing all this stuff right now, all three of us. But just knowing, like, I think people get intimidated by the word mentoring sometimes, especially those adults, because they don't want to let down the student. And so I think that word can be intimidating to them. But the way you just broke it down and you're just like, you know, it's just hyping somebody up. Yeah. It's like a coach on the sideline, or if I'm that play production director on the stage and, you know, go break a leg.
Yeah. Being a good listener.
Exactly.
I mean, when I first got partnered with my mentee, I was nervous because I had not walked in her shoes. I'd not walked the same life that she lived. I didn't know that I could connect with her in any way, but it did not, that does not matter. And I've had multiple people tell me, because I said to my like manager, essentially, I was like, I hope I'm making a difference. Like, we have fun together, but like, I hope that she's growing. And they're like, you have no idea how much she grew this year at camp. Like, she's become such a lovely young woman. And that meant so much to me, because that meant, okay, I may not be able to like see this super tangible difference, but other people can. And I know that I'm making that impact on her life, even if I can't always like see it.
And to your point, and Demo, even with all of our mentors, it's just once a week
Yeah.
for 30, 45 minutes. I meet with my mentee for an hour, and it's the best hour of my week.
Yeah.
We always say, you're not too busy. I mean, look at Raechel, Miss Nebraska, you're a woman in ag, like, and same with Demo. And we always say coach as well. Like, you make time for the important things in your life. And all of us at TeamMates who have these mentees, and you can speak to this as well, Raechel, like, we prioritize that. That's like, I will not let anybody put meetings on my calendar. Like, I purposely block it off. I'm like, no, that is my time with my mentee, because just that 1 hour, just a week, we only see each other once a week, but
does it fill your cup?
It does.
Yeah.
Like, and our stats, like, our mentors leave their mentoring experience every week more hopeful. They go back to work in a more positive mood.
Yeah.
And it's true. It's because you may not think that, you know, you're not seeing the immediate impact on them, but their teachers are, their counselors in school. I had my mentee's teacher came up to me today and was just raving about how much she has seen her grow and change. And so you really are truly making an impact on those students. And again, being consistent and being another reliable, trusting adult in their life, which a lot of our students need.
Absolutely.
But again, to your point, any student who wants a mentor deserves a mentor. So again, go to teammates.org and click that button that says become a mentor, or Demo, as we always say, if now is not the right time, you can also donate to TeamMates.
Yes, as I always say, join a team, be a mentor, and then in parentheses, or donate, wink. But to all of our TeamMates chapters that are listening, especially here in Nebraska, Miss Nebraska, she wants to continue to serve. And so
please book me to come speak to your
Yes, the Speakers Bureau, make sure that you request her, because she still has a job to do. And that job is to raise the platform of mentoring.
And maybe I'll bring my skates. Those presentations have become pretty popular. I try to take my skates with me wherever I go, but that's been really fun to keep it up with students. So
hey, don't go anywhere. You're with Demo and Ash, TeamMates Timeout. We'll be back in 5.
Empower a child today with the TeamMates mentoring program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with the child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Gentlemen, Valentine's Day is just around the corner. Don't be that guy running to the store for flowers and a card on your way home. Hey, Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. We have great Valentine's gifts in store now, and if you spend $99, we'll throw in a free bouquet of a dozen roses. Give her what she really wants this year, and let us do the rest. Sartor Heyman Jewelers, your hometown jeweler since 1905 in Lincoln and Grand Island. Online at sartorheyman.com.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through February 11th is $2 off burgers, limit of 2, 20% off sauces and spices, and 5 pounds of 75/25 ground beef for $20, limit of 2 while supplies last. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Stop asking your friends if they're hosting a party this Sunday and come for the real party instead. Join 93.7 The Ticket for the big game at Wings and Rings at 68th and O this Sunday and walk away with great prizes just for showing up. Why worry about making a great spread of food for the game at your house when you can enjoy all the great wings and more at Wings and Rings? It's the big game party with 93.7 The Ticket at Wings and Rings this Sunday at 68th and O.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and we wanted to give a special shout out to all of our great customers, thanking you all for a record-setting year in 2024. Now let's get the new year rolling with some big savings. Right now at Cobble, we have some of the biggest discounts in the area with over $12,000 off list price or 0% APR on select new models. So stop on in the dealership or hit us up online at cobblecars.com to get true low country overhead in action. $12,000 off list or 0% APR right now at Cobble. So please stop on in or visit us at cobblecars.com. You'll be glad you did.
Men's health is not a game at Limitless Male. It's serious medicine. We're not a West Coast franchise with a one-size-fits-all approach. Every man is different. Some men require more or less testosterone to feel their best. At Limitless Male, we safely monitor your labs and symptoms along the way and adjust your treatment as needed. The only thing cookie cutter about Limitless Male? The incredible results men brag about. Schedule your free consult at limitlessmale.com.
Back to Teammates Timeout with Demo and Ash on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Teammates Timeout with Demo and Ash on 93.7 The Ticket. We are joined today by our special guest, Miss Nebraska Raechel Warren. We've had great conversations with the theme being of role models and just learning more about you, Raechel, and your platform as Miss Nebraska, everything you did at Miss America and promoting not only Teammates, but all the mentoring programs that you represent here in Nebraska. One question that I am still dying to ask you.
Okay.
What is next for Miss Nebraska? Because you said you have about another 6 months. So what's next?
6 more months of being Miss Nebraska, planning on making it the fullest it can be, maximizing it, serving however I can. I work full time, so continuing with my job, and then I will be getting married in September.
Yay.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So that's really exciting. It's been a full 10 years of doing Miss America, so I'm excited for the next chapter of my life.
Good for you. Demo?
Before we get there, what's one piece of advice? You mentioned the reason why mentoring matters today is because of those mentors that inspired you as a kid. What is one piece of advice that you learned from one of your mentors that you would like to share with those who are listening?
So this piece of advice, my fellow sister queens are probably tired of me saying this, but it came into such play at Miss America, and it's come into play at so many points of my life. Be flexible and gracious. You never know when you're going to have to adapt or pivot or jump to the next thing. And sometimes you have to smile and say, okay, and go to that next thing and let it roll off your back like water, like water off a duck's back. And that piece of advice was so simple, but it stuck with me. And like I said, I've had to utilize it. And so if I could just encourage any young person as you're going through, change and new job, new school, whatever it is, be flexible and be gracious, because that change or that thing that you had to shift to may set you up for the next big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mentors, I hope you take that advice to your mentee. And for those that are listening who are not a mentor, we have so many students that want a mentor. We would love for them to receive that same advice from a mentor, but we don't have enough mentors. And so again, there is a need, especially for those 3rd through 5th graders. We're trying to close that gap, but also give them that sense of hope, help them to know that they're unique, give them a voice and give them that sense of confidence, because our data shows all of those things. And 97% of our students indicate that they are proud to be in Teammates.
That's so awesome.
So, as we get ready to wrap things up, that Teammates jersey that I gave you, if you were to put that over some pads, put on some football pants and a helmet, what position would you play for the Huskers?
Okay. I love football. And as a soccer player, I was an outside back. So I really like to run. So I would probably say a wide receiver. Because I really liked to run the line, and I liked to be the person that was, making the plays and kind of seeing the field. So I think I'm not as fast as I used to be, but I think that'd be a really fun position.
A typical soccer player answer.
Yeah.
I was
hey,
a
not
basketball
a kicker.
player.
I didn't say I wanted
no,
to be
that's
a kicker.
true. But as a basketball player, I'm like, I have to run. Like, we do sprints, but you guys run miles during the game.
An average of 7 to 9 miles. And if you play a full soccer game, fun fact.
So you want to run the line, you want the glory, you want to score, you want everyone. Now, what would your touchdown celebration look like there?
Oh my gosh, I have no idea. Could I put my skates on and do I don't even know.
With your Miss America wave.
With my Miss America wave. Yeah. That's a good question. I like that.
Well, Raechel, we hope that, you continue to do not good, not great, but excellent things, not because of Miss Nebraska, but because of the heart work that you give to the work that you do, to the many lives that you are impacting, young, old, seeing your pictures. I follow you. And so the time that you spend with veterans, the firefighters, and those that are actually, really doing like meaningful work.
Yeah.
You take the time to thank them. And so we just appreciate everything that you're doing to help our Teammates brand with your brand, because together everyone achieves more and we need more mentors. And so we appreciate you for using your role to be that role model for Teammates Mentor.
Yeah, it's been an honor to partner with you all, to share my message, and to, thank and serve those who have served us so well. So it's been very, very special. So thanks for having me.
Ash, you've been gone so long. I'm going to give you the last 60 seconds to wrap it up.
Okay. Again, Raechel, thank you so much for joining us. And shout out, a heads up to our chapters. Raechel is right up top.
I'm open. Book me.
On that speakers bureau. So make sure you get after it. Demo, you're gone next week.
I am, and you can pick on me.
I won't. However, he's going to be at our chapters doing great things. I have two very special guests to me. Some of my lifelong coaches are joining me, so I'm super excited about that. But again, join the team, be a mentor. Head over to teammates.org today to learn more information about how you can get involved. This is Teammates Timeout with Demo and Ash on 93.7 The Ticket.
Empower a child today with the TeamMates mentoring program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with the child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the TeamMates mentoring program today.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through February 11th is $2 off burgers, limit of 2, 20% off sauces and spices, and 5 pounds of 75/25 ground beef for $20, limit of 2 while supplies last. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through February 9th, get a 10-pound tube of 85% ground beef for just $1.98 when you buy more than $100 in meat and groceries. Fresh cut chicken wings for $3.99 per pound. Busch Light 30 packs for $16.99 if you spend $6.01 in meat. And carbless cocktails 4 packs for $7.99 each when you buy 2. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn. The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today. Shouldn't the landscape around your house reflect the architecture as well as the interior? Whether it's new construction or breathing life into an outdated landscape, let the teams at Tailored Landscapes, Tailored Lights, and Tailored Life combine as your local source for outdoor living. Schedule a meeting with one of our designers who listen during our consultations and combine your preferences, plus our experience to give you a timeless, sustainable, photo shoot-worthy landscape. Call us at 402-432-2572. Find us on any social media or at www.tailoredlandscapes.com, because when you find one company, you find the benefit of 3. If you're sick of catering from the same places every month, it's time to switch things up. Mulberry Barbecue is perfect for business lunches and dinners, family gatherings, holiday parties, wedding receptions, rehearsal dinners, and so much more. Delivery and full service options are available, and they can cater for anything from 10 people to 500 people. Call them at 402-937-7114 to hear their menu options and get your catering booked today. Mulberry Barbecue, located at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn?